So Lamar Jackson continues to find his dynamic weapons. The last 2 days of practice making several explosive plays in the passing game. We got rookie safety Malachi Starks continuing to make plays as he is preparing for a massive starting role this season. We have an NFL insider talking about Mike Green. We're going to break down the impact he could have on this team and how he could be the pass rusher that gets the Baltimore Ravens over the hump. Plus the biggest problem that continues to surface even in Ravens practices that could derail the season this year. The Ravens sign a free agent, injury updates, and much more, man. So welcome into another episode of Ravens Reports. It's your guy Noah here with For the Flock, as always bringing you guys our top 5 news reports and storylines coming out of our Baltimore Ravens today. Let's go ahead and start off with who missed practice today. We had Kyle Hamilton, cornerback Jair Alexander, Keaton Mitchell, running back Marcus Major, linebacker William Kwinku, tight end Isaiah Likely, who is still recovering from that foot fracture, and then offensive tackle Emory Jones still recovering from that shoulder. Out of these guys, the main ones that are long-term is Isaiah Likely, who's going to be coming back maybe before the start of the season, but we're looking good on that front because Charlie Kolar continues to shine and make plays with his, increased opportunities. Really excited about what Charlie Kolar's capable of and what he's been doing in practice so far, the chemistry he's building with Lamar Jackson, and then Emory Jones is still recovering from that shoulder. But the good news is Kyle Hamilton, cornerback Jair Alexander, Keaton Mitchell, Marcus Major, and these other guys are only not long-term injuries, so they shouldn't be sidelined for much longer. However, obviously Kyle Hamilton and Jair Alexander, these are all pro type of players that you want back as soon as possible for this defense, this secondary that is very, very elite. It's also reported the Ravens actually just worked out veteran safety Jordan Whitehead. He's 28 years old. He's made 101 starts in his NFL career between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Jets. So experienced safety the Ravens could be signing here soon. Keep an eye out for that and make sure to have updates for you. But at number 1, let's talk about Lamar Jackson having back-to-back days of explosive days in the passing game. Yesterday was better. Today there was a couple of highlights, but more short stuff in the passing game and a lot of work for the number 2s per reports. But Lamar Jackson, today's highlight was Lamar Jackson finding DeAndre Hopkins for a over 40-yard touchdown. He got behind Nate Wiggins, and DeAndre Hopkins made the most explosive, impressive play of training camp so far for him. We know DeAndre Hopkins has been making a lot of plays, getting off of the line of scrimmage fast, also making contested catches, sideline catches, out routes, back shoulder balls, red zone stuff. But to see him get behind the defense for a big, long, explosive touchdown is really good to see as well. He says that he's got a lot of football left. He said he still feels good, so I'm excited to see what he does in this offense. It's also reported before that play, during the 2-minute drill, he found Devontae Walker for a long sideline pass. So Devontae Walker, then DeAndre Hopkins on back-to-back plays to score in that 2-minute drill. So this offense is explosive. Lamar Jackson is really dialing in the last few days. At number 2, Mike Green. He had the highest pass rush grade on the Baltimore Ravens during the preseason debut. He had a 30% pass rush win rate, and an NFL insider, Jordan Schultz, this is what he said. He said he spoke with someone on the Ravens staff about rookie DN Mike Green. He just knows how to get to the quarterback. They wanted to see it versus a real opponent and loved what he did against the Colts. He's relentless. You feel him every snap. It's fun to watch his tape, and you see the bend he has for his size. He's going to be a great player. If you guys didn't see it, there was a picture that came out where Mike Bend, maybe we'll change his name to Mike Bend, but Mike Green, call him Mike Bendy Green. Mike Green, I don't know, man. But the dude's got some bend. I mean, you saw he's literally like parallel to the ground while keeping his body upright, bending around the edge. The bend, the power, and the speed get off is a very, very rare combination, exciting combination. I'm not going to say, put Von Miller on him, but there's very few guys in the NFL that have had that type of speed and strength and that type of bend combination. But he's also got some just great pass rush moves and feel for the game, and that's something you can't always coach up. Sometimes you have it or you don't, and bend is definitely one of those things, and I'm so excited to see what Mike Green does on the field, in regular season action, to see if he's going to be the guy that is continually bringing in double-digit sacks for the Ravens the next few years. The guy that gets it done in the big-time moments. You need a sack. It's 3rd and 15. It's 3rd and 9. You're in the playoffs. It's 4th and 10. And you need a stop. You need a sack, right? You need, you need the quarterback to have a throw forced into a tight window, an errant window, and create more turnovers. I hope Mike Green can be the guy, but I'm really excited about the pass rush room in general this year. There's a lot of great reports coming out about Tavius Robinson. Tavius Robinson didn't even play any preseason snaps. That tells you how the Ravens coaching staff feels about him and the role he's about to undertake. But between Kyle Van Noy, Tavius Robinson, Odafe Owe coming off a double-digit sack season, plus the addition of Mike Green and the emergence of Adisa Isaac and other guys, man, I'm really, really excited about this pass rush room. It's going to be even better than last year. Plus Travis Jones in the interior healthy. Nnamdi Madubuike will probably have more one-on-one opportunities and less double teams. Aeneas Peebles, the interior pass rusher. I'm fired up, man, about this pass rush, especially combined with the secondary. It's going to be a lot of fun. At number 3, the Ravens just signed a free agent running back, Myles Gaskin. He worked out for the team yesterday and then was signed immediately after the Ravens liked what they saw. He was with the Vikings last season and previously played for the Dolphins. He's had 13 career touchdowns. He's a versatile veteran running back. And, the Ravens were just getting kind of thin at that position. Marcus Major was dealing with that injury. And now Keaton Mitchell is sidelined. And they just need healthy guys for the upcoming preseason game. We'll see how he looks in preseason in just a few days here. Number 4, the number one thing that could derail the Baltimore Ravens season was really 2 things. Turnovers and penalties. But we're going to focus on these penalties. Lamar Jackson yesterday spiked the ball in frustration after the Ravens started with 2 false starts in a row in a 5-play span. Stanley and Rosengarten were the guys that were called. Your 2 offensive tackles on both sides getting called for false starts. And John Harbaugh was mad, subbed in the entire new offensive line to get those guys off the field. I don't know if you guys remember the season opener last year against the Chiefs, but the Ravens had over 100 penalty yards to call it against them. And in the season overall, the Baltimore Ravens had the most penalty yards in the entire NFL. I mean, we're talking about 32 teams, and there wasn't a single team that had more penalty yards than the Ravens, with 1,177 yards against them, with a negative net penalty yardage of over 300 yards. So, man, the Ravens committed a lot of penalties last year, and a lot of times they were able to overcome those penalties, convert 3rd and 15s, convert 2nd and 20s, but it's just absolutely unnecessary. Just a lack of discipline at times. And to think about 1,177 yards, I mean, that's going up and down the football field, 10 times. That's absolutely crazy to think about how many yards the Ravens had against them last year. They've got to get better. They got to get more disciplined. It's been something we've been talking about for a while. The Ravens actually hired a former NFL referee to come in and help coach the rules and call stuff out, technique, all that stuff to try to get better in this area. What's crazy is despite having that many penalty yards against them, they still ended the season with a 12-5 record. And it was the number 3 seed in the AFC. Very well could have been in the number 1 seed, number 2 seed contention. Can you imagine if they would have just been average, middle of the pack in their penalty yards, what it could have looked like? So if the Ravens can just move from 32nd to 20th, that'll go a long way. But I'd like to see the Ravens in the middle of the pack or better, because it's just, for a championship caliber team, man, you just want them to be disciplined and pay attention to the details and focus in. Some penalties are going to happen. I understand. Some penalties could go either way. They're ticky-tacky, but there's sometimes on false starts and lining up incorrectly or wrong formations and stuff, you got to get rid of some of those and lock in on some of those things, especially if the Ravens want to get to where they're trying to get this year and what they're capable of talent-wise and coaching-wise. Man, they need to make it happen and clean it up. At number 5, Malachi Starks continues to shine. The rookie, first-round pick, best safety in this year's draft class. Looks really good in his limited action in his first preseason game, popping one of the receivers after he caught a short hitch. Malachi Starks picked off Lamar Jackson today in the end zone. He was looking for Keith Kirkwood, and 2 dropbacks later, after Malachi Starks picked off Lamar, Marlon Humphrey broke up a pass to Zay Flowers in the back of the end zone that looked like it was going to be a sure thing type of touchdown. So, man, when you hear these type of reports, you're like excited about your defense and then also kind of bummed for your offense at the same time. You're like, man, do I be excited? Am I concerned about, but it's fun because in training camp, like if the Ravens, if Lamar throws a bomb touchdown to Bateman or Flowers, you're like, man, Wiggins got cooked, man, I'm concerned, or Marlon got cooked, like I'm concerned, or whatever. But you have to, at the same time, if it goes the other way, you're like, want your offense to make plays. So it's just how it is in training camp. It's been back and forth, all throughout training camp. It's been a lot of fun. But this defense, this secondary, the addition of Malachi Starks, he's going to be thrown right into the fire in a starting role after the injury of Darius Washington. By the way, don't forget that Darius Washington will be back this year. I mean, he's expected to return about November, December timeframe. So can you imagine, like, Darius Washington coming into an already very loaded secondary, just the versatility he has. Darius Washington can play nickel. He can play, free safety, strong safety. There's a lot of versatility in this secondary. I'm fired up for it, man. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button if you've been getting any value out of these episodes of Ravens Reports. It really helps out the channel, man. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.
When he wasn't looking, he ran me over.